Ryan Taylor, you probably remember the name. If you don't know him personally, he is from the Arkansas River Valley. He was an Arkansas Tech student, and that's how this all begins. Ryan Taylor's along with us. How are you, sir?
Hey, doing great. It's good to be with you, Johnny.
Good to see you again. It doesn't seem that many years ago, but 20 years passes by pretty quickly. Your face was pretty familiar on local cable back when you were a student at Arkansas Tech, because Tech in that era did a lot of online news on the local access channel, also some skit comedy. And this began a story that you wanted to share with us. Tell us a little bit about a character called Wayne and how he is becoming or could become a nationwide name.
Yeah, I really hope so. And this does go back to the early 2000s when I was a college student at Tech. And like you mentioned, we had a skit comedy show. And Mr. John Gale, I give him so much credit because he gave a bunch of college students an opportunity, and that's where it started, to produce and write and film our own TV show. Early on, we were they already had a TV show called Valley Spotlight. I don't know if you remember that. And it was, for informative, we would have the mayor on, things like that. And we all wanted to do fun stuff and make skits. And he said, listen, I'll give you an opportunity to have your own show, but you've got to promise to do everything yourself. And we'll go live every Tuesday. You produce it every week, then we'll put it on television. And that opportunity led to where I am now. And so we did that sketch comedy show for 6 seasons here in the River Valley. And as soon as I graduated in 2003, I started my production company. And my best friend, his name's Justin Campbell, he was a youth pastor at my dad's church. And he said, hey, I'm thinking about doing a fundraiser. Any chance you could maybe write a skit or a little movie that we could do a fundraiser, maybe a dinner and a movie, so our youth will cook the food and then we'll show them a movie. And so we did a skit called Hunting Gone Wild on that one show, and it kind of, this was before YouTube and it was super popular back then. And I was like, kind of taking that concept of just 3 country brother-in-laws that get together and just go hunting, and funny things happen. And so I wrote this little skit, not even thinking it was going to be, maybe we would have 30 people watch this movie and it'd never be seen again. But we showed the movie, had a great fundraiser, and all of a sudden people were buying DVDs and VHS. We sold almost 500 copies total just for this little skit. And so it kind of blew up, and it was a big enough audience, and everybody loved it. So we did a second one in 2005, and we kind of just set it there and let it rest. 20 years later, this earlier this year, me and my wife were setting some goals, and I thought, it's been 20 years since this character was created. I wonder if I could get the old gang back together, the original cast, the original crew, and just do this. And I just started making phone calls, and they all said, yes, let's do it. So that's where the Wayne character came from.
So essentially, as much a homecoming, a get-together, a reunion as it is filming a goal that you had. And there thus far, with this film that's soon to be premiered, there thus far has been a trilogy of Waynes. Remind us about the different phases of Wayne.
Yeah, so early on, the very first one was kind of just an introduction of the characters. So there's 3 brother-in-laws. Wayne, who is the main character, and his wife, Sonia, is the name of her character. And so Wayne's sister's married to Buddy. And he's quite a character. His name's Bill Mazzara, who plays the character. He's incredibly funny. And what's crazy is all 3 of us are just best friends. Like we went to high school together and graduated from Deer, Arkansas. So, we understood each other's comedy specialties. And I played the other brother-in-law, which was his sister's husband. And we get together for the first time. We've never been hunting. Buddy and myself never been hunting. And Wayne, he's a pro. He can kill any kind of animal. Doesn't matter what it is, he can shoot it. And so he introduces us to hunting. And the story is, we stumble across what we think is a dead body in the woods. And Buddy and I, who see him find this body, think that maybe Wayne did it. So we're like, oh, okay, what has happened here? Do we even know this guy for real? And then comedy ensues. Well, you find out it wasn't a dead body at all. But I don't want to give that away because I do have these movies out there online. And in the second one, Wayne is struggling. And this is The Adventures of Wayne. That was the second movie. He's struggling, and he has inherited some money from his Uncle Ben, who recently passed away, and it's a lot of money. So when he goes to get the money, the son of his Uncle Ben, his estranged son, has stolen all that money. So adventure happens right there, where him and Buddy and Earl all go try to find this money, and it ends up working out. Wayne is a guy that gets himself into some trouble and always finds a way out. And he has a very positive outlook on things. And now his two brother-in-laws are they're pretty dumb. So they kind of mess things up. And that's where the comedy comes from, for sure.
Now, number 3 involves a sort of Arkansas's version of the Loch Ness Monster.
That's right. It does. So they get together after 20 years to go on a fishing trip. And as you'll see in the movie, we film at some very landmark places in Arkansas. Of course, I filmed in Newton County and also here in Russellville, and you will recognize a lot of the places. Rotary Ann is one of the locations up on Highway 7 that I filmed some stuff, and it's beautiful up there. Of course, that's where I drive every single day, and I see these locations, and I'm like, oh, that'd be a beautiful thing to capture. The Sand Gap Hankins General Store, which is a landmark for motorcyclists all over the country, and we know the owners there, so we filmed some stuff inside there and filmed a lot of beautiful locations in Newton County, the Jasper Courthouse, the old jail. So just to set the scene, it's absolutely beautiful, but the story itself is funny because they go out and they're fishing, and well, it ends up that they get accused of killing the only ivory-billed woodpecker in Arkansas. So that right there is a federal offense. And so Wayne kind of gets the blame, thus Blame It on Wayne. And also a throwback to Milli Vanilli. One of our characters was like, what if we called it Blame It on the Wayne? And so we just dropped the, and then that's how it fits. So huge shout out to Boone Clifford for coming up with that idea.
Let's remind, we're talking with Ryan Taylor. He's a filmmaker and involved in a variety of different efforts, but Blame It on Wayne is soon to be publicly premiering. Tell us about that, and also about the fact that this is sort of a fundraiser.
Yeah, absolutely. The original, like we talked about, was a fundraiser, and we're having 2 premieres fairly locally. One at my dad's church. Again, this time we're asking for $5 donation at the door for this premiere, and that's on the 10th of this month. So that's this upcoming Sunday at 4 o'clock. You can pay $5, and all of the proceeds, every single penny, goes to our mission for the children in Romania. We partner with a missionary, and all that's going to buy Christmas gifts for children in Romania. And so if we can pack that place out, that'd be $1,500 that's going to the needy. And so it's awesome to just be able to give back. So we will have a donation box as well at the premiere here in Russellville, which is at Arkansas Tech, on September 16th. That's a Saturday at 5 o'clock at the Doc Bryan Lecture Hall. And so you can give. Now, you don't have to. You're not required to. It is free admission, but we will have a donation box if you want to continue to give. And so we're super excited. We can pack that place out with about 400 seats. It's first come, first serve. Like I said, there's no charge, so we have no way of ticketing that. But yeah, we're super excited to be able to show the world this movie.
Will there be a Wayne 4?
If we said probably after the second one, this is it for us, but everybody was so willing, and this is all volunteers. Nobody's getting paid. I'm not making a dime off this. It really is for fun, and just like the first one that took off, this one is kind of taking off again, and we're even maybe getting some national recognition. So I'm not going to say never. I will not say that, but I know all the cast and crew are like, when are we going to do the next one? So I'm already thinking about it. Maybe a road trip with Wayne and his brother-in-laws. We'll see what happens.
For those that want to find out more, I know you have social media. Remind us about that.
Yes, on Facebook we have a Blame It on Wayne the movie, and you'll find a lot of clips from the film and a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff. During production, we took a lot of photos, and we'll be releasing more stuff all the way up until the premiere. And eventually, we're hoping to maybe get this on some streaming, social, not only social media, but some streaming services that everybody can watch it all across the world.
Ryan Taylor, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Johnny.